Came to Deckers, I think it was about the end of May in 2000. I had been truck driving all my life. I had owned my own truck and burnt myself out and sold my truck, had a family with 5 kids and a wife, and for 10 years I stayed home and worked around home, and the last 2 kids were in high school, and my wife says, maybe you should go back to truck driving again where you can make better money. I always noticed Deckers trucks, they were always nice trucks, and they were Peterbilt trucks, which I had drove previously and liked. Told my wife, says, I think I'd like to go down there and apply. They got nice equipment. And I've drove a long time up to that point. I mean, I already had drove 17 years. And working with nice equipment makes your job a lot easier. And when you're able to work someplace like Deckers and you have nice equipment, you kind of forget that. You just accept it as like a normal, but it's not normal. If you're not working with good equipment, you have breakdowns or things like that, it gets aggravating. It's much easier to make a good living at a place like that. So I came, and I've been happy I came. They're good people here. My experience with trucking companies, all trucking companies, you have bad days and bad loads. Something doesn't work right, a customer really doesn't do good for you. But a good trucking company gets right back with you the next day or the next week and gets you moving again, making money. And that's, to me, a good trucking company, and Deckers has been that way for me. To me, good to work with is being in front of me, so I can just keep moving. That's what I need. And I know I don't speak for everybody. I mean, but a good dispatcher has the ability to find out how this driver wants to run or can run, and make that possible for them as much as they can. And the driver has to do the same thing back to the dispatcher. Because when either one of us leave the other guy hang out, it makes it really hard to get that trust going between yourselves again. Be polite. My first son, he called me one day and said, Dad, can you take riders with you? I said, sure. He says, oh, so I got a week's vacation, I'd really like to ride with you for a week and just see if truck driving is what I remembered it. And within 2 weeks he applied to college, went to college and worked for us for about 5 years. I expect a lot from myself. I think Deckers should expect a lot. Somebody's willing to work. This experience, we went to Aruba on a vacation, my wife's and myself's anniversary. You could rent a helicopter and they would fly you around for about 20 minutes and land you up at a country club right next to a restaurant, kind of on top of a hill. You can see a lot of the ocean and island from. Anyway, we landed at this, we fly around and they land us right on this grass, right beside a big outdoor restaurant. Well, if you're sitting in a restaurant and a helicopter drops down out of the sky and people get out, you think there's somebody special. And I mean, people are just looking at us. There's a waiter standing there in a tuxedo, you know, with a platter and a drink. They make a big deal like we're somebody. We're nobody. And anyway, we go through this and we come back, and I just felt like I wanted to tell Don about this experience. And part of my life, I believe firmly in God, and religion helps me be a better man. And I told Don about this experience in landing. You know, we go in and sit down, they bring us a meal. I just bowed my head quietly and thanked God for being able to be there. And I thanked him for having a nice company that I had this opportunity. To me, that shows the character of Don, and I'll work hard for it. I think it's a good company.